I started. Hi, I'm Carras, and I did my presentation on Chapter 8, Collegiate Sports. A little summary of collegiate sports is that this chapter talks about history, women in intercollegiate sports, organizational structure and governance, divisions, conferences, career opportunities, coaches and athletic directors, their assistants. It also talks about current issues such as gender equality or equity, hiring minorities, academic reform, gambling and agents and amateurism, and also the new technologies. A little summary of the history section gives you a brief overview of major breakthroughs of college athletics. For example, how the NCAA was formed and when the first collegiate game was ever played. The Women in Intercollegiate Sports tells you about the fight for women and how they had to get the right to play in sports in college and about current issues that they still face today. It also tells you about Title IX and when women first started playing sports collegiately. Also, we have organizational structure and governance, which tells you about college athletics and how they're structured and governed by the NCAA and such. Basically, it just sums up how athletics are run in college. And an example is that it gives you the purpose statement of the NCAA and how it handles things like enforcement. It also talks about divisions and gives you an overview of the three divisions and differences that they have. It also tells about problems faced at each level. An example would be the differences in scholarships at each level. Furthermore, it talks about conferences, which gives you a detailed info about the rules and regulations and all the conferences and some of the benefits that they pose. It will tell you the differences between coaches and ADs at every level. Furthermore, we have career opportunities, which basically gives you an overview of career paths and what you need to do to be able to follow a career path. This section shows you the best path for getting a career in college sports and things used to that schools use when hiring people. And then we have coaches and ADs, which gives you an overview of exactly what they do for work in each division. It states the differences between the two jobs and the requirements of each job. Assistants of Associate Athletic Director's area of responsibility explains what the assistant ADs must do to aid the head athletic director. This basically is self-explanatory and just explains different specialties of the ADs, assistant ADs. Industry format. The NCAA, NJCAA, and NAIA are the primary rulemaking and governing bodies for all college athletics. They employ numerous staff members. They try to employ a doctrine of fairness as far as hiring and pay of minority goes. They require strict GPA and SAT scores for eligibility. They do not allow gambling or the acceptance of gifts by any student athletes. Each school has its own AD or athletic director who is responsible for employing assistant athletic directors, attending public relations and fundraising events, participating in negotiating TV contracts, looking out for the interests of the athletic department in the development of institutional policies and financial affairs. And at D3 schools, the AD will usually either coach or teach some classes as well. More on the industry format. College athletics are organized into divisions 1, 2, and 3, which are based on the number of employees, athletes, and revenue. D1 schools usually provide athletes with full scholarships. D2 schools sometimes provide partial scholarships, and D3 schools do not provide any scholarships. Division 1 schools at football are divided into two divisions, the FBS and the FCS. The organization of college schools also involves conferences. Member conferences must have 6 members in order to be recognized as a voting member of the NCAA. Then conferences have the right to run seminars, make conference rules, have legislative power over members, sponsor championships, and provide revenue sharing opportunities to many of their members. Furthermore, revenue sharing became very big with the creation of TV networks, for example, the Big Ten Conference, and this caused many conference realignments. The NCAA has several associations which aid them in their efforts, including the AGA, the Night Commission, the NCAA National Office, NCAA Enforcement Area, FBS, FCS, and the BCA. Challenging issues. College sports are frequently faced with many challenges. For example, student gambling. Due to the internet, gambling has become much more easy and efficient and easy to be anonymous in doing so, which is more than ever allowed student athletes to place wagers privately. The AGA is working to investigate alleged violations of involvement of student athletes with gambling and agents and to educate students on what is legal and illegal in the area. Minority and gender equality. Minorities have been striving for minority hiring, particularly the BCA. The NCAA has answered the call. The number of minority head coaches, is up 3% since 95 and 96. And women have been pushing also for athletic equality and have received it under Title IX. Title IX is a piece of legislation that prohibits sexual discrimination and states that there must be gender equality in the number of men's and women's sports opportunities at college. The payment of student athletes is another one, and receiving proper benefits. Student athletes, particularly Division I athletes, have been pushing for legislation to be passed which allows them to receive pay for their play. This, however, is currently illegal under NCAA sanctions, and the receiving of improper benefits is punishable. Defining academic standards reform. The Knight Commission has criticized the NCAA's academic legislation, and the NCAA is mandating that in order to be eligible in your first year of play, you must attain a 2.0 GPA and at least a 1010 SAT score. Career implications. Due to the lack of jobs in the industry, I probably will not major in sports management as I'm currently undecided. However, if I do end up going into a career in college sports, I will have to separate myself from the field of other applicants by gaining valuable knowledge through internships, also performing exceptionally well in all my classes academically, gaining a minor in either marketing, sales, or accounting, because there's a lot of that involved in the industry, and also networking and staying patient through the process of employment. The information in this chapter will prove very valuable to me if I do in fact get a job in college athletics.